I'm Roswell Royce Laurie, and welcome to Cool Folks Who Love to Bachata. Yes. That chick that goes like, she does a great job clapping so fast. I don't know where she got the energy, but whoever they are, thank you for letting me use your faces in my videos. Thank you. Anyway, welcome. It's oh my god. It's a rainy Friday night here in New York City, and I'm grumpy. But I am blessed. I am still blessed because I am here with you guys. I'm doing this live interview. Um, I've never really done a live interview on a Friday night, but tonight is a very special occasion. Two of my friends who are far away are live with me. Yes, yes, the organizers of the World Bachata Festival are here. Yes, even though I'm here in New York, Lithia is all the way in Malaysia, and our partner Steve is in Australia. It's Saturday morning, just so you guys know. It took me a long time to figure out the time difference. I thought they were like 2 hours apart. As everyone knows, I 5 times in school. I don't even know how I got a master's. But anyway, they are they're up. They're awake Saturday morning, and they're live with me, and I'm completely blessed to have them. We've been trying to figure out a time schedule for a while now. I contacted them during the summer, but because I am so disorganized and I don't have a calendar organized, they're willing, to work with me, whenever, and they're like, Russell, whatever's good for you is good for us. I'm like, okay. So they're very humble, nice, loyal people, and I'm blessed to have them here with me. Okay. Before I bring them on to talk about the World Bachata Festival, a couple quick announcements. A big thank you to social media, especially Facebook, for allowing me to continue with my interviews. This is season number 3. I started to do this shortly after the holidays at the beginning of this year. I was a little hesitant not to do it after a couple more interviews because I was like, do people really look at this? Are people like really interested in what you guys have to say? And, me asking questions about what the dancers do after they dance. So social media is like, Russell, guess what? You did a great job. The ratings are up. People love it. You ask great questions. Even though the interviews went on for hours, I mean, that's good. Keep it up. So I decided to do it again. And then here I am again for the third season. So I am, thank you, everyone, for joining me. Um, I know I've said this before and I'll say it again. It's one thing to look at a flyer, a picture, a photo. You see someone's name, a dancer, a DJ, an organizer. You see their location of the event. You see the time. You see the background, the colors, the wonderful pictures. But it's a totally different ball game when they actually talk live. You get to know these people when they're not on a dance floor, they're not organizing. These are normal people just like you and I. They have family, they have a job, they have stuff to do. So this is my main reason for doing it. I created this platform so they have the opportunity to share their career journeys with you, their challenges in life, their perspective on careers, and so much more that they feel that is necessary to share with their audience. So, guys, I am happy to do this. Okay. September is almost over, and we have one more month left of these interviews. And it, for some odd reason, is dedicated more to the women of Cool Folks Who Love the Bachata. Looking at the calendar, we got Bernie, we got Tamara, we got Fanny, we got Sarah, oh, we got Janet, we got Kimberly. They're all going live with me in October. What do you know? So thank you, women, for joining me. And in October, I look forward to speaking with you. But for now, and I'm going to bring Litha. I'm bad with names. Litha. I know she's going to come to New York and spank me for pronouncing her name incorrectly. Litha. And Steve, if you're there, bro, you better come on down. Okay. So, Litha, hi. How are you?
Good morning
Good
from
morning.
Malaysia.
Good evening. Don't confuse me. Good evening. Oh, yeah, that's right. Your morning. Good morning.
Yeah,
Now, Steve, if you're there, I'm sorry about the video stuff. I mean, if you can hear us, I'm happy that you're joining us, and I'm super satisfied to have both you guys, to go with me on a Friday night here in New York City, and I know it's a Saturday morning, where you guys are. So thank you so much. Okay. Um, Litha, I'm going to ask you if you could please tell people a little bit more about you, please.
I am in Olive, Malaysia, and I have been doing a festival for 12 years, minus the 3 years of pandemic. So it's by 8 years, and I'm a mother of 3 kids, and I dream, I'm dream- and Steve
Okay.
is actually in Melbourne. I am talking to how women are there. Uh, he's in Melbourne, and he's doing a World Bachata Festival Melbourne, which we have it in Melbourne too. And and we also have another festival in Sri Lanka, which happened in March, and it's our first edition. We did one in Auckland and Nepal.
Okay. Okay. Um, I think Steve is here, but I think his camera might be having some IT issues. So we'll wait until he could join us. So, um, So, Lithy, I'm gonna have to ask you to do the best you could in honor of Steve. Um, so, tell us a little bit about this World Bachata Festival. Why, number one, why is it called the World Bachata Festival? Why not, you know, you know, the town's Bachata Festival or the city's Bachata Festival or the Roswell Bachata Festival? Why the World Bachata Festival? There must be some logic there.
Uh,
Tell us,
that,
please.
yeah, World Bachata is the first uh, festival, Bachata festival in Malaysia. Started in 2010, and I named it World Bachata Festival because the whole world has become for festival. There was an intention. I'm happy that actually I get more than 10 countries flying to Malaysia to come participate in the event. That
Okay,
was my reason.
okay. Now, to create something like this, and I'm just going to show everyone the promos and a few. To create something like this, it takes a lot of time. I know you and Steve invested a lot of time and energy to do this. So, I mean, how far in advance? I mean, I'm not an organizer. I just pretend to be, but to put together a show just like this, and you guys are having, this is overseas. This is not in the U.S. This is like overseas. So, to bring different people from, Europe and Asia and stuff. I mean, it takes a lot of more work than when us, people in the United States get our dancers together because there, or you have to get like visas and make sure there's no COVID or make sure the airfare is on time and hotels are booked. So it's a lot. It's a lot of work. So how far in advance does it take for you guys to actually prepare for something like this?
Actually, a year. The reason why a year is because the artist confirm and I and Steve split our job. He takes care of most of the government like visas, flights, agreements.
Mhm.
He does all that. And I am more on getting in touch with our artists, the logistics, and also. And we have a team that helps us at the same time. So we have a promotion. So we look at the team. So we understand what we actually need. And we make sure that we need things that we don't miss. And you can plan. There's always things miss. Even if you have meetings every week and I didn't do this. So I'll make sure we try and do the best. So it's a year for a plan actually.
Okay, okay. Now, what are some mishaps that normally could happen, in an event like this, and how is the best way to prepare for it? Like, for example, let's say, let's say I am scheduled to come from New York to attend, but then again, the night before, a major rainstorm happens, and I'm like, oh, I got delayed and I can't join, and whatever. Um, then what happens? I mean, do I get yelled at for not showing up, or do I be like, oh, you guys can wait for me because I'm going to open up the show? So how do you and Steve, how do you guys like prepare for like the unprepared stuff that could happen?
To be very honest, I had that situation. Never. Uh, we've been organizing for more than 10 years. Never had that situation. We do have situations like delay, right? And in that way, what we do is we can help it because we can blame the artist. So we can make it do it. We do an announcement to the participants say, you know what, rather make it the first day, but we Saturday. I can't example that not cancel us. We never had that situation. So so far it's been good for us.
Mhm. Okay, okay, wonderful, wonderful. Um, I want to show a few of these clippings here. Let me just make sure. So Steve, buddy, I apologize. I for the connection. Um, but we still don't see you, my friend. I see the big S, so I'm sure that S stands for Steve and not Elmer. Okay, so I'll leave it on here just in case you pop on. At least you can listen, or you can tell Lithia, whatever, So okay, um, let me just show a couple of the promos that you and Lithia.
There you go. That is Steve.
My God, you look like a Steve. How are you? You are Steve.
Oh, this is working now.
So I thought it
Yes,
was. I
there.
thought you. I thought it was one of. I thought it was a figment of my imagination, but you do exist. You
I
do
do.
exist.
I do. Can you hear me as well?
Okay, I thought I was hallucinating. It's Friday and it's raining. I thought. Okay, anyway, nice to meet you, everyone. This is Steve. Like really,
Nice
this
to
is
meet you.
Steve. I'm not making it up. This is Steve, and he is nice enough to join us from Australia,
Thank
down
you.
under.
Thank you.
You know, I always wanted to ask you. I know we're kind of off the topic here, but you remember that guy, that cool guy from back in the '80s, Crocodile Dundee? Is there really a Crocodile Dundee? We have to. That's a separate interview. I
I
definitely
think I think he's yeah.
Crocodile
I think he's
Dundee.
based off a real character that lived up in the Northern Territory. But
Wow, wouldn't it be
but
funny?
yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm originally from New Zealand, so that's probably a little bit further away from me.
New Zealand. Oh my God. I was just telling Lita,
As you
I
can see.
graduated because all my interviews I've been doing basically is in the United States, except for Allison that I did in Hawaii. But I graduated and it's like, it's great. Like I'm reaching out to Malaysia, Australia, and wow. Thank you, Facebook. Anyway,
Well, certainly
um,
when you grow
Steve,
up in this corner of the world, you find out that the world's a really big place, and it's
yes, yes,
exciting
my
out
friend.
there.
Yes, my friend. You know what? I want to be fair. I asked Lita to tell everyone a little bit about herself. Can you, sir, tell everyone a little bit about you, please?
Yeah, certainly. As I mentioned, originally from New Zealand, grew up in a small country town called Kaponga.
Okay.
Now that's in a dairy farming area, and one of the 11 kids. Um, you know, grew up. Worked in the city, moved away from the farm as you do, and progressed through career. Moved to Australia with work. Sort of travelled further afield around the world. Lived in the UK for a while. Worked there, and mainly sort of working in the technology space, and really just discovered events management as a means to really a new exciting business that touched a lot of people, gave a lot of people joy, um, meeting some wonderful people, getting exposed to different arts and cultures, and certainly in the bachata scene, some wonderful people that really love what they do, and it's been an exciting journey for me, and you just see people when they're on the dance floor, they're smiling, they're really enjoying themselves, and I enjoy it.
Speaking of meeting people, how did you meet? Let me ask you a question. There's so many women on this planet. You got Kim, you got Rashid, you got Maria, you got Jane. I'm just going through all the names of the women in the Bible on this planet, and that's like a zillion. How come you got a hold of Litha? What's going? Some magic
Well,
happens. What's going on? How
it's
did you
funny.
meet?
It's
Huh?
it's funny how business works, right? So, I was looking for new business opportunities. Letha was looking for new business opportunities as well. So, it's and the wonder of modern technology and where we live and work now is that you can connect through, things such as LinkedIn, where we can reach out and you talk about business opportunities and what you want to do, and it just developed from there. So, I was wanting to get into something new, wanted to try this. Letha was wanting to expand her business base, and it was just an opportunity to really look at what we could do in Melbourne. Melbourne's got a thriving sort of Latin dance scene that I haven't really been exposed to. In Letha had started, sort of doing some, sort of early areas of exploration in that market. So it was really an opportunity for us to work together on that, and caught the bug a little bit in terms of what we do. And we ran the first festival in Melbourne last year. It was spectacular in terms of the way that it really gave some people some amazing enjoyment. They'd never seen a festival like that before. And I'm sure while I had my technical difficulties earlier, I think you were showing some of the promos for it. But it was a great experience, and we're starting to take it a little bit further afield now as well. We can certainly see that there's a lot to offer the Latin dance scene and the bachata scene specifically. There's Letha's had an extensive presence in Malaysia for I think around about 12 years. I think she's been running the World Bachata Festival there. We've had the first one in Melbourne. We had one in Auckland in March this year as well. We've got one in Sri Lanka coming up in March, and then we're back again to Melbourne following that. So it's certainly developing across the region. We see it as an area of huge potential, and certainly it's an exciting time.
My uncle, it's great that you mentioned all these different places. Sri Lanka. My family is from. I'm West Indies. My family is from Guyana, in South America, which is right near Brazil. So I'm half Brazilian, half West Indies, but I was born in New Jersey. And my aunt married a man from Sri Lanka, so I'm kind of familiar with the Sri Lankan culture, and there's a lady that's part of Cool Folks Who Love the Bachata. She's from Sri Lanka. Her name is Sarah. Actually, I'm going to interview Sarah. What do you know? In October, she's one of the ladies I'm going to interview. She's in Texas though. She's not in Sri Lanka, but she's from Sri Lanka. So you guys can look her up on the Cool Folks Love the Bachata roster, and maybe she can give some more suggestions on how to better grow, the Sri Lankan community, or you guys can, support one another because she's in the U.S. But then again, you just mentioned Sri Lanka, so that's a great way to connect. And this is one of the reasons I made this group private. This is a private group because I want you guys to actually build relationships, get to know each other, help one another, support one another, no matter if you're across the world or across the city or whatever. So, I just thought about Sarah because, she's a sweetheart. I think I met her. I met so many people. It's unbelievable. I think I met her when I used to live in Texas. I lived in Texas right before COVID. I think I met her at an event. So she's super smart. I think she's in the medical field, but she's a great dancer, and. But check her out on social media, Sarah. I think I can never get names right. The something, but I know it's Sarah. You'll know her when you see her. I think she's only Sarah that's in the Cool Folks. But you are Steve. You are in Australia. Litha is in Malaysia. Let me ask you a quick question. How does that? I could see like organizers, here in the United States, New York City, they're like 5 minutes apart, or in California and Texas, they're like 4 hours apart. You guys are not like side by side, but yet you guys are doing a great job. I mean, you guys put together this World Bachata Festival, which I'm going to share some of the promos. So for me, I think that's very loyal, what you guys are doing, despite, even though you guys are not like in the same office or whatever, you know. So that tells me you guys are not only loyal to one another on a professional level, you guys are sharing the same love of dance, and you guys want everyone to see that, the bachata. So that's the reason I was a little confused last night when I made this announcement. I was thinking, wait a minute, didn't Linda tell me she's in Malaysia? But then again, how did Steve come in the picture? And that Australia? And then so that's amazing. And this is what I want everyone to know when I do these interviews. You guys are just not pretty people that just post pretty pictures and say come to my event. You guys are talking and telling everyone that hey, you guys are coming together, and that's a good example to bring the world together. Okay,
Mm,
so when
mm,
you think about it, you guys are role models to the World Bachata Festival. So just wanted a little. I just thought about that 2 seconds ago when
mm.
you were telling me about
What's that?
Australia and then New Zealand, then you went to UK. So that's great. Um, the love you guys have for bachata is it's great, and I'm just curious. I do legal work, so I'm always curious about everything that I do. There's disco, there's salsa, there's calypso, there's what is it, reggae, and all of this stuff that's on this planet that people dance to. And you guys chose bachata. I wonder why. Why bachata, guys? All this work. Why not, the world salsa event, the world but belly dancing event, the world Roswell festival event? Why the World Bachata Festival? Something's going on here. I know you guys love it, but
Well,
why bachata?
uh, what Bachata is because I think it's very sensual, very sexy, beautiful, and it's not complicated compared to salsa. It's also beautiful, but I find it very difficult. So I guess that way, I don't know which has to is what I want to do. Yeah, I love it.
Okay, okay, Steve.
Yeah, I guess Letha's got a lot more sort of experience and history in it. I'm very much a novice. So Letha had actually had her own dance studio in Malaysia for some time, and so
Yeah.
she's been heavily involved in it and as you said, sort of running the festival there for 12 years. Um, your daughter, Kalnish, is also a very accomplished dancer as well. Um, so it's kind of in her blood and in her family to do these things, and it's just wonderful. She really brings an amazing level of professionalism to it, as well as passion for her work. From my side, what attracts me to bachata, I think it was, as I mentioned before, it's just the joy that you see on people's faces. They dance, they just love it. And it's also it's a little bit about the the touching and not touching, if you know what I mean. It's a close sensual dance, but it's not so close as to be overly familiar. It's a wonderful thing for to experience and enjoy, and we see it as a safe place for dancing for so much as well. And again, just resonating, just the joy and passion that people have when they dance.
Yes,
Like to
yes,
hear
safe is important. There's a
finding
sure. Go ahead, Luke. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Luke.
Steve always like yeah, when dance what you saying, look how happy they are, look how happy they are.
Yes, that's great. Safety safety is important. I'm trying to brainstorm here. We have someone. She I just went live with her a couple months ago. She's right there in Rhode Island. She has like a place for it's called like safe zone. Yeah, safe it's like a safety place for people that are, you know, um, disabled and handicapped, but they still want to dance. Like safe space, they call it. Great. And so so when you said safe, Steve, I actually thought about her because she's an organizer in Rhode Island. And as soon as I think about the name, which I normally do after the interview, I'll probably send it to you. But that is something that she she specializes in. And I just want to let you know, you said something that's very magical, and which is passion. You know, passion. I mean, you know, people dance for different reasons. And I just want to say this, um, before I entered the bachata world, I thought it was like go in there, go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. You pick a girl, get married, have 500 kids, get out of there. It doesn't work like that. Maybe in other dance places, but the bachata world is more, like you guys say, there's like, like respect, there's love. It's love in the sense that you learn to love, and you learn to love not only someone else, but you learn to love yourself, you know? You really learn to love yourself. I did, I mean, they say bachata save you, you know? Have you ever heard of a story that dancing safe of someone that's depressed, that's sad? Guys, when someone, when you see someone, and this is very important, you know, they walk into your dance social. That's all you see. It's their pretty face. You don't know what baggage they they're bringing onto the dance floor. Maybe they had a broken heart. Maybe they had an argument with a family member. Maybe they lost their job. Maybe they're about to kill themselves. You don't know. But what you do know is that you're going to do everything you could possibly do as an organizer to make that person feel wanted and happy and to walk out of there with a different feeling, right? A more positive
Mm.
feeling. So whatever was going on in his or her head prior to coming to your organization, it's gone. And I know this as a fact because there are times where I have a miserable day and I'm like, oh God, miserable day with work. It was not my mom complaining. It's the rain. It's a job. It's something bad hair day. And then I go to a bachata social. Bing bang boom. Woo, I'm happy. So I know I'm not. I'm happy because how things were done. I met people, I bet, dance and whatever. So it's not about going in there, and this is mostly for the young guys, the macho guys. This is not just going in there, going any meeny miny mo. I'm gonna choose this woman, bring her home. It's not that, Maybe it was like that, 500 years ago, but not. It's not like that. Trust me, guys. It's not like that. So, Steve, I just want to say, you touched on a lot of important topics there, and I'm happy you did. You know, um, okay. I know. I know the stuff is a little scratchy. So Litha, I wish if I was there to try to figure out, what's going on, but I can't. And it's okay. I think it's because it's these platforms, these restream platform. You guys are all the way there, and I'm all the way here. So I apologize to everyone if sometimes you say stuff and people are like, "What?" But all we can do is try our best. Um, all I can say is that maybe what I do, you see, I come all the way up. Well, I try not to go all the way up to the to my laptop because then it might be echoes. I try to balance it, like So, um, but uh, but no, it's not okay. Linda, I want you to talk too, guys. I want you to talk. I want this to be like equal quality. So we'll get through this. We'll get through this, okay? And so what if people don't hear? I don't care. Once I could hear, that's what matters. Okay. So anyway, Letta, it's all yours. So do you agree with me? I mean, I'm sure you do. So what do you have to say about that? Dancing saves people,
Yes,
right? It
yes, I
saves
do.
people.
I, I, I agree 100% because that's why I started.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
I said, yeah, that's how I started, because you get up, that is, it is stress out. So it's how I started dancing.
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
So
Yeah, I think.
yeah, interpret what she said,
Uh,
Steve. You can be my interpreter.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She's very much in, and we're in the we're certainly in the business and making sure that people have got a safe place to dance for those
Hmm.
things, but also getting that passion out of people, helping them enjoy it, from everything, from the day, from the the first time that they walk into the festival, their experience is joy, right? So the music we present, the venue that we have the festivals in is so important. The feel of it, people have got to feel that it's a special place for them as well. the performances we have, the quality of them, the workshops, how they're conducted, the organisation of them, the ease for people to actually get to the right ones that they want to attend. The social dancing at night, the music, how it's scripted, the emceeing of it, bringing everyone together. All of these things are, that they don't just happen by accident. There's a huge amount of planning and organisation that goes into them. And that all sort of, and when people see those things work together seamlessly, that just, they're things that they don't have to worry about, and they can just enjoy and sort of show their passion with the dance. And we have had an amazing festival in Melbourne. Leith has had this experience for years in KL, and there's been a huge number of people that have travelled from across Australasia to KL to attend her events there. So we're looking to see that we can share this experience across different areas of the region, and we're really looking forward to Sri Lanka as new fields there. And as you said earlier, the Sri Lankans are a people that love to dance. They smile, they enjoy life, and I think that's something that we can learn a lot when we go.
Yes, yes, and I love how you guys are bringing everyone together, and um, you know, so let's go into this. Yeah, this is a good time to. I keep I want people to think I'm telling everyone I'm going to show the media social promos, but then Steve pops up and interrupts me. I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
Let me show everyone the promo. Okay, so guys, check this out. So I'm going to do a share screen. Okay. Um, okay. Share screen. No, it's okay. Don't be sorry. I'm just being silly, Steve. I'm a typical American. I'm just being funny. You can interrupt me whenever you want to. Um, okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. The World Bachata Festival. This is not church, right?
No, it's not.
No, that
It
was
reminds
It's in
me.
KL.
Okay, it reminds me of a whole bunch of happy people um, being happy. It looks like a church organization was like going up. I like that. So how did you guys get everyone? I should not be asking the photographer this. How did you guys get everyone to you know do it the right way and to that there's a lot of people there in that photo. I
Um,
love the
we
photo.
had
How was
we had
uh,
about 450 likes. So we
yeah.
got the artists to get all the audience to stand up and do what the artist is doing. So it was people enjoy it. So I'm making sure people who don't dance actually
Mhm.
watch the performance. They do enjoy. So they move a bit, their hands, their
Oh, okay. Okay,
hips.
So
400 people there. Okay. How long does it take to actually get every? Oh, wait a minute. I'm looking at. There's more people coming. I'm sorry. Now I'm taking a closer look. More people coming from the back. Okay, I didn't see that. Wow. Okay, so Steve, bro, what is this symbolizing? If you don't mind me, I see the girl with the little baby there. What is this? Like, what message are you guys trying to display when you do this?
yeah, well,
What message are you trying to give the dance world?
yeah, well, this scene here, you can see we're really just trying to get everyone involved, and I mean the festivals, is for everyone, not just the advanced dancers or the intermediate dancers. It's for the people that have never danced actually, and they want to come in and experience. They may have come with a friend, so they can enjoy it. It's a simple exercise to get everybody up on their feet and get them moving and get them feeling, sort of part of the festival. So that's kind of how we bring them together. I spoke before about having, we give that experience in the festival, and certainly this picture here, That's at the centre in Ivanhoe, which is in Melbourne. It's a beautiful Art Deco building. So that polished boards, like the real sort of special old dance hall type feel to it, and that adds to the atmosphere, the lighting, everything brings it together for people to actually have that place of joy that they can feel with the festival.
And they're dressed so beautifully. I used to work in retail, so I'm used to looking at how people dress and act. I mean, that is so great. I mean, they're not like, you don't see them in flip flops and shorts and pajamas. These people are like really dressed up. So
It's,
it's great. Okay, I like it. I like the message you guys are giving. Yes.
mm,
We
Yes.
have team
Okay.
nights.
Oh no, sorry. Go ahead, Lita. I'm sorry. What did you say? I'm looking at the picture. I can't see you guys because I put a share screen. I can only see the picture, so I can. But go ahead, Lita. I can still hear you. I can't see you, but I can still hear you.
No, you said that don't as well. So we had like elegant night. We had white night. So everybody just really dressed up.
mm. So yeah, the theme nights are for each night people can come in and dressed in a theme that we put out. So it kind of helps people sort of participate and form part of the bachata tribe, so to speak. And and that sort of adds to it. So what did we have? We had a white night. We had a mask or masquerade type night as well. It and it worked really well. Not everyone has to participate in that, of course, but it just adds a little bit of fun and a little bit of variety to things as well.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you guys so much. Okay, let's move on to see what else is there that you guys have. I love this is one of the postings you guys shared on Cool Folks webpage. I love the Lana. Okay, um, she's from Spain. Okay, um, wow. I like the design and like who choose. Let me ask you guys a quick question. Like who chooses the photos? Like, do you guys like, or they send the photos? Like they send the photos to you, or you guys like add to it? Like how are these photos of each star? Yeah, stars.
Yeah.
They're all stars. Yeah, actually agreed upon. Like, is this something that Lana sent you guys, and then you guys touch on whatever, and then you guys go back and forth and like, yeah, we're gonna.
No, we don't get approval from the once we do design. We ask them to send us the figures, and my daughter called me. She does the designs.
Mm. Yeah. And as Lisa says, we ask for the artists that attend to provide their pictures that they like and a description of what they do, and then we agree what's the best for us to post there. But it's there's a lot of work that goes into these postings as well. There's behind the scenes huge amount of effort in terms of getting the formats, the graphics around the artists are there's the construction of those for posting, and then the physical posting and sharing and marketing on them. So there's quite a bit of effort that goes in with those.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
and it's ongoing. It's ongoing.
yeah. I see the CU bar. So I thought Lana was from Cuba. Then it hit me. Wait a minute, it says Spain. So I'm like, what's going on here? So I just, I just have a tendency when I look at like advertisement, I just super analyze. Just like I look at every details and stuff. But
Mm.
but I like how it's done, and it's well performed. So please tell her that I said she did a great job. You know, doing the
Mm.
photo shoot and stuff. But tell me
Mm.
something, guys, please. These people that are performing at your stuff. How? Um, how do you gather them? Like, because I know there's different language. It's not like the United States. Most of us speak English. Some of them speak like Espanol, French, German. I mean, how do you guys manage to like break the language barrier to communicate with their agents and their and everything? Like how, I mean, does it take a lot of work to like, you know, let them know what's going on, for example, if they don't speak the universal language or something? Like, I always wanted to know about that because I'm in the United States and everything here is US, organized. So when it's out of the country and it's a big event like this, you got different, you know, people involved, different languages, and everyone has to be on the same level. So how is it? I mean, how is that done? Do you guys have like an interpreter for each guest, or do you guys like, it's English like a universal thing for you over there, or is it just everyone has to speak Malaysian? I mean, I don't know, a specific language or something. Like, I'm just curious
No,
with the language
English, English,
communication.
English is universal here, so it's everyone speaks English, and they speak English too. So communication is not difficult.
Okay.
Yeah, and I
And
think yeah, I think just to help you out there, Letha, I think often we're dealing with artists and their partners as well. So often, one of them may not be so strong in English, but the other will. And English is a language that a lot of people speak. I speak a tiny. I wouldn't even say I speak, but I know a little bit of French. Um, I can do a bit of schoolboy French, but sort of Letha's got a broader grasp of a number of languages than I do. And I think even a bit of. I think you can do a bit of Spanish and Portuguese. I think. But you always find a way to communicate. I think there's technology is a wonderful thing as well, and a lot of people find it easier to read the written word rather than spoken because people have strong accents and things. I know my accent is probably a bit a bit different for some to hear. Um, so and you just persist, and people you can get to points of agreement just through listening carefully, and that's the most important part.
I use WhatsApp. I have friends that are in Venezuela and Germany and Brazil. Yeah, I have like some friends that they only know hello in English, and I've been friends with them for how many years? Thank God for technology. I mean, WhatsApp. It just for some odd reason, like it just translates whatever language that person speaks into English or whatever. It just so I always use WhatsApp to like communicate with people. From different countries and dancers and like well, some of the dancers that are on my Facebook. I mean, when I go up to them and say, "Can you join?" and they're like, "What? I don't understand your language, Roscoe. We don't speak." So then we're communicating face to face, like WhatsApp. I would be like, "Hi, my name is my name. Would you like to join? Would you, there it's a back and forth with WhatsApp, and it works out. I've always been fascinated with the communication of various languages and how people come together, to dance and stuff like that. So it's interesting. Okay,
And
so that's enough about
and
lawn. Okay, no more.
yeah,
Okay, now what's going on here? Oh, this is a picture or a dance? It looked like this guy is pretty strong, and so what message are you guys trying to give the dance community? Are these these are two of the artists, right, that are performing? Who are these people?
Mika and Amy from
Okay, okay.
and they are amazing dancers, and they came to Melbourne to do a workshop and performance. And we actually that this workshop video actually.
Okay,
yeah.
okay, okay.
And they were
Great.
So we
they're lovely artists. Wonderful to deal with. They and amazing dancers, and it was great to see them in Melbourne. And I think we're seeing them somewhere else too, aren't we, Lisa?
I love
Yeah, they're
that
coming
picture.
to Malaysia.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I love that picture. So I didn't really look into it until now, but I thank you guys for sharing that on my Bachata Facebook. They look like, they look so cool together. You can tell when the dancers are like meant, to dance together. People like that, like, it makes you feel more comfortable and more not afraid, to dance with someone that you don't know. I mean, because, you know, they're giving that signal that, everyone just be happy and just dance and, whatever. And you can see the closeness. They're trying to give a signal that part of dancing is connection. You can see how he grabs her, and she's like, yeah. So I like that. I like that communication they're given to the dance world, like me, that, you have to really feel that closeness with the person that you dance with, even if you don't know her or know him that well. There has to be that type of connection. So tell them to please join. I mean, actually, this is not a bad idea. I have a homework assignment for both of you. If these people are okay joining my bachata Facebook, please ask them. Tell them I would like them to join my bachata Facebook, so they can share their stuff directly and stuff. So let them know, please. Let them know that I would like them to come on board with cool folks who love the bachata. I would, so yeah. So that's a great picture. So tell them I said, I said it's a great picture. I like it. Okay.
Yes,
Now the World
she will.
Bachata. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. One of you said
I
something. I'm
said,
not looking. I'm looking. Okay.
I'll inform them.
Oh, okay. 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 Sorry, I'm losing my voice here. Uh, November 24th, 26th. Oh, that's around my birthday. So it's coming up pretty soon. I love the logo. Here I go with the picture. So Steve, um, I see a lot of yellow here. So is this signifying like the Australia, Malaysia? Like what 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 is this representing? Like white or red, white or yellow? Like how, and I see the two towers there. Is it like two building towers? Now I'm looking at it closely. Look.
Yeah, that's
So what is this
that's
symbolizing?
that's the I think it's the Patronus Towers in KL, which is
Yeah.
kind of like a international sort of symbol, or it's a known landmark there, like kind of like the Eiffel Tower or the Statue of Liberty, or those sorts of things. Um, but the orange and the red, I think it's just a really vibrant, bright, happy colour that really sort of, and they're passionate colours too. If you know what I mean, they're colours that sort of that really do shine. We use the same sort of colouring across all of our festivals as well. So you'll see Melbourne has an overlay of the map of Australia over it, because it covers the whole country. With Sri Lanka, it shows the Sri Lankan lion in the bottom left of the image as well, but it all keeps the format, that color scheme to actually show the consistency across the festivals, and it's something that works really well for them. We have, as we look at different areas in which to promote the festivals, we find those icons that kind of resonate, so people can recognise the festival that they're actually going for. So it gives a sense of comfort, consistency, but also distinction for where we're actually having those festivals in it. It's I think Leith has used this type of sort of presentation for a number of years, but we're just adapting it and expanding it to take it to for a bit broader use. And it's bright, it shines out, looks great on t-shirts too.
Yeah.
It's it makes it recognised. We want people to be able to look at it and go, yeah, that's the World Bachata Festival. So
Yes. Yes, I agree. I like it. It brings out that flavor. It makes you feel like go dancing even when it's cold outside or raining or snowing or snowstorm
yeah,
or hurricane or whatever. Or, it feels like, heck with all the world problems. I'm going to go dancing, So it brings out that feeling, like just go out there and have fun. And, so it has that spicy, fiery attraction. So I like it. I totally
yeah,
like it. All
kind of
right,
a
guys.
tropical feel too.
Oh yeah, the tropical. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see the. Okay, now I'm taking a look at the corner. I like the shoes. The girl is wearing some hot shoes, and the guy is wearing some cool. So I just noticed that. I like. So I
Yeah,
love it.
it's a little bit skewed, that image and that presentation there, but the actual the flat version, it actually has two glasses,
Mhm.
um, and that sort of configuration with sort of beaded moisture on them, so it kind of gives that tropical sort of feel to it.
Yeah, I love it. Great job, guys. Great job. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing. So now I can see you guys again. Okay. Hello. Now I'm looking at you guys. Okay. So no picking your nose on camera because I can see what you guys are doing now. Before I had the share screen, I wasn't looking at you. I was looking at the stuff. Now I can see what you guys are doing. Okay. So, okay. Let's talk about kids. Okay. Not your kids, but just kids in general. Okay. Kids are very rebellious nowadays. Back in my days, like way back in my days, like super, super way back, like there weren't like many opportunities to pursue dance and a profession. I mean there were, but it wasn't in that much demand. It wasn't that competitive like it is today. So back then it was like either you go to law school, med school, all that good stuff, and you just do whatever your parents tell you to do, which I'm sure it's still the same way now. But my point is that you know um, there are a lot of kids nowadays that are really, really, really more into the arts than they used to be back in the days. It's not really a corporate world or a legal world or a medical world we live in. It's an artistic world, and a lot of kids are pursuing dance, and they're making it their profession. They would die for it. Um, if a young one comes up to either one of you and they say, Lita, Steve, guess what? I'm leaving home. I'm going to go on the road. I'm going to become the next world's greatest bachata artist on this planet. You guys know that, you guys been there. You guys know how competitive it is, how difficult it is. That, it's good to do that, but maybe on the side, but still have like a 9 to 5 job, as a backup. But then again, you don't want to discourage the little one because you just don't. It's not the cool thing to do. So this is sort of like a parental question. How do you guys support the little one who's determined to pursue dance? And it doesn't have to be bachata, dance as a profession. How can you guys, you know, but not be too much of a daddy, figure. You still want to be professional, but again, you just want to sort of like guide them on a correct. You want to help them start off on a correct road. That's what I'm trying to ask. So, what will be your answers?
I might let you go, Letha.
Don't be
I
shy.
think
Speak up. What will be your
I,
answers?
it's
People are
very
looking
important.
at us. 1 million Americans are looking
Can you
at
hear me?
us.
Can you
Speak up.
hear me? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I think very, very
I
neat.
do mean Americans.
I- The important thing is support that we want to do and get them through. I think being there with them because those days art is not deep, but now it is. And I get them through and being there with them and enjoy their passion with us very important. I think kids need to know going on the right path. It means they need to be consistent. They need to hard work is very, very important in dancing. Just not saying, okay, I went to class, here I go, okay, I'm a dancer. No, that's not how it works. It a lot of time to put in if you want to be a dancer. It's not an easy journey, but it's a beautiful, very beautiful journey. I think like being there with them, encouraging them, it's very important. And don't miss their shows because I think if kids on the stage, parents needs to be. It's very important. It's not their world is like seeing you. Like, oh, my mom and my dad is there. So I think that's important for the kids. So they will go far if there's a lot of support from the parents. This is a career
Okay,
of
Steve,
artists now.
bro. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Steve, you're gonna have to interpret all of that stuff. I'm an old man. I don't hear very well, even with scratchy.
Yeah.
Lita, God bless you for saying what you say, but I didn't hear because it's scratchy.
Yeah.
Steve, take it away.
So
Interpret what the young lady said.
yeah, so I think well, knowing Leith and know her approach on things. I think the first thing is, to say do what you love, right? If you love it and you enjoy it, it's not going to be work, right? Um, and you'll find that you'll be doing a lot and a huge amount of stuff that you love, because you do have to really put a lot of effort into it to get to the level to be really good. But the passion's the big thing. Being there, having that, and the practice, working at it. I think starting off having some really good mentoring, and instructing on it as well. Um, you know, uh, that can be the real positive and the make or break of how you take it any further. And as Lisa said, it's like anything, as a parent, for supporting your kids going into it. If it's something they want to do and they've got a passion for it, you support them in doing it, and that's because they'll always move back to that no matter what they do. So you support them in it and go along and watch them and show them that you enjoy what they do as well, and encourage them, and that just means so much to them, and it helps a hell of a lot. I think some exposure to different styles is important as well, and I think also having some really good sort of instructing and sort of support through that is important as well. But I think it's if it's a shame the audio is not so great from Ethan, because she's got some sort of amazing experience there, and she's speaking from her heart when she does it as well. So I think it's the biggest thing as a parent is just to support your kids through it.
Support is you guys touched on a lot of good stuff. Just support is very important. Like with anything, I always say, I majored in psychology when I was in college. I don't know if you guys know much about my background. Um, I when not dancing, I do other stuff. So I have my undergraduate degree in psychology, my master's in sociology, and I'm in a doctoral PhD program in human services. So I like to help people. As everyone knows, my dad has Alzheimer's, so I'm studying Alzheimer's. I'm studying patient care, how to better develop more patient care in healthcare. So helping people has always been something passionate to me. So one of the reasons I always ask you guys this question whenever I bring someone live with me, you know, um, away from the dance stuff, away from your events and promos, I try to ask humanitarian questions because the responses you guys give could really help someone who's really trying to figure out what they want to do and if they really want to do it. And what if it stands,
mm,
right? So when you guys respond, especially with the support and guidance, that goes not only in the dance world but in general with with most kids. Like the three of us, we're lucky and fortunate to have guidance and support from our family and our parents, but doesn't mean you know every kid on this world does. There's a lot of kids out there that are talented and gifted. They don't know that, but by you guys going live with me to say what you guys said, maybe this is making a difference to the little ones that are listening to us talk right now. So this is the main point, and this is I'm just saying this to everyone that's listening. The main reason I do these Roswell interviews, it's not only for promo and publicity. Everyone knows I'm not getting paid for this, but I do it because I always believe that whatever comes out of this could help someone
mm,
in a positive way. It can help a child be more focused in what they want to do. It could be dancing or not dancing. It could be someone that just had a broken heart, and they want to go dancing, go to your event. Maybe it's going to help them. Maybe someone that's very depressed or very sad. And, you know, so by you guys talking and me asking Russell questions, and this is, in a way, it really is helping people. And it could go beyond dancing. Does that make sense a little bit? It's a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the reason I do these things. Okay. Okay, so let's wrap this up because I gotta go to a birthday dance super quickly. I don't want to get yelled at. You know how New York women are. Whew. Interviews or no interviews, they don't want to be waiting. Okay, organizers. Okay, it's a Saturday night. Five amigos in a major city. Could be Miami, Los Angeles. I don't know, New Zealand. I don't know, major city. These five amigos are well known, powerful. Everyone likes them. At least I think everyone likes them, right? And they have an event back to back to back to back on the same night. They invested thousands of dollars, lots of zeros, to make their events happen, right? The problem is that people like you and I and the world, we have to decide which of these events we want to go to. We got Carlos here, right? He's having his event, right? We have Maria, Rashid, Kia, Eduardo. These are names that I'm making up. So we have to decide, like, which event we're going to go support. So I decide to hop an Uber to go to this event, right? I only hang out here for like 7 minutes because I got to go on Uber to go uptown to go to Maria's event. I hang out there for 2 hours. But then again, I don't want Kia to get mad at me, so I get on my skateboard and I go downtown to hang out at her event. And I'm there only for like 45 minutes. Eduardo's gonna kill me. He knows that I'm in town and I'm not showing up to his event. So I gotta walk across street, hang out at his event for 8 hours. Last event of the night. I forgot this person's name, but I go to their event and it's 5 a.m. in the morning. I didn't dance with any hot chick or any ugly chick. I didn't dance with any chick at all. The point of this is not only I get angry, you guys get angry. What people only Monday morning comes, the accountant, bookkeeping, billing people, whatever you call them, they go over the assets. So how many did each one of these make? What does he say? Out of $10,000 he gave, he only took home $250. Whoa! Our friend here, out of $22,000 she invested, the workshop and the DJ, the drinks, whatever, she only takes him like maybe $540. This guy invested thousands. He only took him like maybe $300. This guy, okay, he did good. He invested 5,000. He took him like 3,000. Okay, which is still not good because it's more. It's he invested more than he brought. And I let a friend here. Oh, forget it. Let's not even go there. So, what advice can can the world's greatest organizers of the World Bachata Festival give to other organizers, and how organizers can better, or organizers can better support one another to avoid stuff like this from happening every weekend, every month, every year, every decade. Okay, do you guys see my question? So please answer it the
So
best way you could.
I might help with this one, Letha. So I think it would be amazing if we had a community that could support all of those events running concurrently on the same night. That would be amazing, and it would give dancers the choice of where they wanted to go to, when they wanted to go to them. Perfect. Um, the the reality is that if it's not sort of economically sustainable for organisers to do things, they do different things, right? And we want to give the community as much as we can. Um, speaking from the Melbourne perspective, we have a lively and vibrant dance community there, and really the organisers of events, they talk to each other. And that's important. You said at the start they were amigos. Amigos should talk to each other, right? They should say, well, I've got an event that's running on a Tuesday night. What are you guys doing? Or I've got a special event that I'm going to run on the 30th. I know you've got an event running, but is it okay if I do my one? And they talk to each other about these things. And there's a bit of what comes around goes around is the saying, right? So they help each other out, and it helps the community as well. So the communication is the key thing. The we don't actively seek to compete with others in the same space when you don't need to. And it's just good business to talk to each other and support each other in it as well. So, say for example, if we're spending a lot of money on some sort of very valuable artists, why wouldn't we seek to maximise these with other events around the region as well? So there's the ability to do good business on things, as well as to collaborate as well. So plenty of opportunity. You just have to think and talk.
Okay, wonderful. Now, Litha, I want to give you a chance. So whatever you say, be gentle because I'm going to ask you to interpret it. Okay, because I'm just sketchy. So take it away. Because he has to interpret everything you say. Take it away.
I guess
What's your response?
the first everything that I want to say. I think it's important communication within the festival organizers, so that don't clash, because every one of us are actually putting in money to get something good done, but everyone's going to have the same day, and no one's going to gain out of it. So I think understanding, communication, and support each other is very. Steve, you want to interpret here?
Yeah, I mean the opportunities are significant for organisers to work together on things. It's even in equipment that's shared across events too. To say, if I'm investing in some really expensive sound equipment or stage hire or whatever it may be, it would be great to talk to another organizer for another event and say, well, happy to do this at a reduced cost, or we share this with you and you share something with us. There's the opportunity to do that type of business, and it's all based around the communication and building those relationships and networks and giving it a try.
Yeah, everything in life is good to give a try. You know,
Yeah, I mean the attitude's got to be positive to say what is the best we can make of this thing, rather than automatically having a mindset of communication of competition, because it's not what it's about, and and that sort of filters that type of sort of view of a business or doing those types of enterprises filters through into everything else underneath it, and even the people that have attend these things as well. So yeah, it's just a good approach.
Definitely. Okay, those are great. Those are great. I like the responses. Um, when are you guys gonna do one of your World Bachata Festival in New York? Come to United States, man.
Yeah.
Come to United
Really?
States. Do one in New York. I want to see. I want to see your next year. I want to see the. I want to see the location here in New York, so I can just walk over. I don't want to hop on a plane and go to, next year. Seriously, have you guys thought about that? Coming to the United States to do this? I would support you. I mean, think about it. You got like less than a year to plan this.
Mm.
So that would be cool. We'll do it. Would that, all these
Yes, we
pretty
would love
dancers
to.
and posters and these
Yes,
people, they come. They
we
come.
would love to if
I don't
opportunity
know.
come. But again, it's like I believe uh, uh, it's, like, it's just time factors.
I think it's the World Bachata Festival. It would be amazing to do that. Um, and we I think for last in the last festival in Melbourne, I think we had I think it was nine countries
Yeah, I
attending.
think,
I think for the next one, I think we've got 12.
yeah.
So there's and one of the things that people really love is they love seeing the dancers from all these different countries come through. Whether they be South America, Japan, Korea, Vietnam, Sri Lanka and India. Huge bases there. France, Spain. You name it. It's truly global in terms of the people that attend. And they bring teams of their dancers to these things as well. So they all get to meet and talk to each other. They build relationships and networks so that when they tend to travel somewhere, they can contact these people as well. So it just expands the community. So it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, and then Times Square is right here. I can help you
Hmm.
guys look for locations. I can give you guys some referrals of hotels and places, and
Hmm.
no, but sure, in all due respect, I would like that. That would be wonderful.
Thank you.
Use the Cool Folks Love the Bachata webpage to do that, to make connections, make
Hmm.
networking. So if you guys would eventually like to do that, just there's so many people on this Cool Folks, that that knows about these things and stuff. And so I encourage you guys, to actually, do it. I mean, and whatever help support I can give. Um, I'm not saying I'm gonna book every artist's flight for them on JetBlue. I mean, might be a little too much, but no, I could, begin looking like for hotels, places, retail places, location. When it would be a good time to come, and it's good to come like in the springtime, summer. Not good to do it in winter. If
Yeah,
you're
I've
gonna
been
do
to New
come
York in winter.
March, yeah, April, May, June, summer. Oh my God, summer. I know Europeans and a lot of people from Spain come here. They love to come here like June, July, August, and but yeah, seriously, that would be wonderful. The World Bachata Festival in New York City. That would be cool. Starting Lita and Steve, the the main
That's
openers.
a dream. That's really not good. This one, yeah.
Thank you so
Excellent.
much for being with me for I think about an hour, 8:39. Yeah, an hour. That's great. Um, yeah, Facebook always yells at me, like, keep it under an hour. No, I'm not keeping it under an hour. I like to talk to people. So even if they're overseas. Okay. So so guys, it was a pleasure speaking with you guys. And if you guys ever come to the United, when you guys come to the United States, look me up. Everyone knows me. I think everyone knows me.
Hmm.
It'd be good to see you guys in person. invite all of those pretty people, even or all these people, that are participating. Tell them Roswell wants them to join. Okay, so simple to them. Tell them, I demand they join. No, I'm just kidding. No. If they would like to join, they know how to join. Okay, so it was a pleasure speaking with both of you guys. Thank you for answering all my Roswell's questions, and you know, I love the background. You guys, I love the pretty, water and the tree and all that stuff. And Litha, I love the couch. I feel like go to bed now, but I can't. Thank you so much. What are some last minute stuff you guys want to tell everyone before we sign off? What's the takeaway here? Like, what's the last message you want to give?
Excellent. Excellent. All right. So we've got the World Bachata Festival running in KL from the 24th to the 26th of November this year, 2023. Sri Lanka is running on the 22nd to the 24th of March next year. And Melbourne, which we will be running from the 14th to the 16th of June next year as well. So if people would love the opportunity to visit Malaysia, Sri Lanka or Australia, go for it, and certainly while you're there, we'll look after you at the festival. It'd be wonderful to see you.
Cool. And Litha, please. And Steve, pay close attention, bro, because whatever she says, you have to tell me. Litha, how you want to leave us? What are some last minute words?
I want to thank you, Roswell, for giving this opportunity to all of us. And we welcome everyone to the festival, no matter which part of the world you are. Yeah, to come and join us and experience our World Bachata.
I heard my name, so I think.
Yeah, that was a big thank you for you.
Oh, okay. I heard my name. I wasn't sure if it was Jesus or God or Litha mentioned my name, but it was Litha that mentioned my name. Okay, now I got. Okay, so Litha, so I think you said thank you for having you guys. Yeah, of course. Of course, it's a pleasure. We can do this again and again and again. I don't mind. I enjoy doing these things because it's a learning experience for everyone, and learning is fun, even on the dance floor.
Excellent.
Okay, share your postings again. Any updates to the, you know that, right? You guys can share your posting. As the event comes closer, share as many times. I mean, we have this one guy. I don't want to mention name. Oh God, every minute on a minute, there he is again, showing his stuff. Sometimes I just want to put like a filter, like to limit it. But then again, he might say something about me, and I might run into his friend, and So I just I'm like, damn, this guy again. But you guys, I mean, I don't mind. Just share it as many times as you want, and and I will do the same to share it as well. Okay, thank you. And even after November, please continue to share your postings and whatever you feel is appropriate.
Excellent.
Tell all my friends. Tell all my friends in Australia and Malaysia, New Zealand, the UK. I said hola and thank you. Thank you guys for representing the festival and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night. I mean, good morning. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting you guys. Have a good day. Um, uh, yeah, and we definitely have to fix the browser. The problem was the Firefox. Sorry, just everyone knows Steve has been sending me beautiful messages. So his last message is like, Russell, by the way, my problem was the Firefox browser. Okay, so now we all know what the problem is. Okay, yeah, I need to work on that and stuff. So, um, but maybe the next interview I do, maybe I do it right there. Hop on a plane and come to Malaysia. Steve, right here. We're doing it. It was a pleasure and an honor and a blessing to be with you guys. Okay, and thank you so much. Have a good night. A good morning. Have a good peace.
Brilliant.
Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Cheers.
Thank you guys.
See ya.